Salutations everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Conquest of Elysium 4. I am your host, BrainBoy20, and where we had last left off, we had finally finished our troop transfers, giving Utu his specific units, while giving Narsi the lion's share, which will hopefully go take on this human element of forces. Primarily, Narsi got the formless spawn and the elder things, which were oh so bloody useful. And we've also transferred over Nissengir, the Shambler Prince's new frontline upgrades of the Crown of Command and Frostbrand, just to make it a bit easier to hold the line. What did you have? The Sun Helm and the Ring of Protection, providing you a bit more armor. We're actually going to shove that onto the Shambler Prince, giving him a whopping 4 armor, in addition to even greater magic resistance, because I kind of want him to be like the uber-powerful individual that we know. Now, the Crown of Command is nice, but he's leading from the front, which I think leadership only does... Oh, all units led by that commander. Narsi technically leads? Yeah. Okay. You only provide leadership, right? Alright, to Narsi. You are Narsi, correct? Yes. And since you lead, they all get +1 morale, meaning the Sun Helm, which gives the additional HP plus fire protection, we'll give that to the Deep One, who usually has fire weakness, giving him a massive boost to both, like he's immune to frost and flame and poison, has a shield, amphibian. The Shambler Prince is not dying anytime soon. Anyway, we're going to send them to try to take the Tower Bridge so we can build up some more forces. Utu, you will actually sit on this bridge for now, while we develop a little line of troops, and you're just going to sit there and wait. I don't want you doing anything just yet. Ogtai, go around and kill off more independents. Naturally, that's just a never-ending issue that we suffer. Shoo. Fly, don't bother me. I don't know what I want to do with you. Like, I just have you sit there, and with nothing better to do... Trade administration, how is that? Yeah, we're buying sacrifices, good enough. Now, the magic system, or at least the ability to upgrade mages, has been a bit enlightened to me through a discussion with Entropino, because I apparently didn't realize this earlier, in that you can actually only upgrade those specific troops, being mages, if you have access to a very specific level of magic library. The magic library I looked at was a magic library level 2, so I couldn't actually get level 3 magic. So I couldn't test whether or not Entropino was correct in his saying that you can't actually upgrade faction-specific mages through going to libraries. Good job, Formless Spawn. Eh, well, that's it for this. The Animist. I think you were mind-controlled at some point, I'm fairly certain. Hey... buddy, old pal of mine. That's a lot of resources that you happen to have in that one spot. Now, I would definitely care a lot more about what goes on here, but there's a few things you should also be worried about, like this giant jellyfish. The giant jellyfish are rarely seen by humans, because they usually float around in the deepest seas at the edges of the void. They float around there because they like to eat horrors, and they are seemingly unaffected by the void, probably due to their horror-like appearance. The jellyfish should be seen as an important ally to humankind, because they help keep down the number of horrors in the world. Still, it is best to leave them alone, as they are not very picky about what they eat. Hi, mind tentacles. Excuse me. Okay, so those are the anti-me setup. We're holding this port, but I don't know for how long. Hopefully they don't decide to look up here. The Star Oaks should do their job in holding off anyone from claiming these regions. Vonones is sitting here defending this location, as he should. It's the Demonologist himself. When did he get the freaking troll? Really? Really? Like, I would love to kill Terry the Demonologist, because he's just... this is retarded. There's no way I can actually do anything about this, because all their health is stupidly high. Their armor is stupidly... Do these things have armor too? Yes, the Demon Locust have armor. Who'd thunk it? I just have to sink so many troops into it, and he's probably heading this way. So, guess what, Narsi? It's time for you to retreat. That bridge is just gonna have some people so they can't immediately take it for no apparent reason. That's... the only reason that's there. Now, could you call other beings? That's actually exactly what I was looking for. Good job on the Stellar Oaks. You can start making your movements across this location. The Star Oaks should do their job in defending these locations from anyone attempting to take it. And we'll just keep moving from there. Hopefully Terry the Demonologist gives up his chase to the Tower Bridge. Hopefully. Ogtai. Well, since we can now know where Terry the Demonologist is, we got a decent chunk of troops. Let's take it. Hey, Shadow Imp. I'm gonna take this gold stream from you, because I don't like you. Narcy, you can sit there and cry. Shoo, I don't know what I want to do with you just yet. Except maybe recruit a few more troops on top of this location, because, you know, that's usually a good idea. Usually. Well, Shadowbolt much? Okay, so Terry the Demonologist actually doesn't care as much. That is nice to know. We will keep recruiting units here, though, until it's a very painful prospect for them to try to take it. And we'll have this force deal with the freaking tiger here, although I probably should have cleaned the Lion Tribe village and then threatened to take this location. Anyway, Shu is sitting around, as usual, Utu. Now, judging by the distance on this side to the void, and that it's not that much, I'm going to gauge that by walking across the land, which will be faster, we'll actually get to the void faster than I'd think. Oh, I could do Call of the Deep? Well, I mean, no, I guess I'll do Astrology. Ritual failed. Huh. Well, interesting. Oh, that didn't even use up any of those. Well, I guess I can try... Ritual of Mastery. I mean, that's not really that helpful. It gives me another level 2 thing, but no, we'll get going. I mean, you have nothing except a snack. Speaking of which, we'll just transfer out the snack, because there's... Oh, wait, we left the snack there. Not my issue. Ogtai. Transfer out, like... You three, you goons, can guard that place. We're gonna get the town, because I really want this location. Wall of Torment. That's cute. We just need to kill the one longbowman, and we no longer have to deal with anything. And end our turn. Oh, that's what Wall of Torment does. That's ridiculous, and I don't know how they got that, but okay. That looks like he's retreating to try to take back those locations. That is not a humongous issue to me because it leaves this area open once Narcy is able to move. And the mooses aren't going to claim that location anytime soon. Ogtai, we've claimed this location for now. Let's head up north and take this port over. Get rid of the devils and demons. Narcy can't do anything because he's stunned for 2 turns. Utu will be in the port guarding this location from the siren for a brief moment with our entire line of fabulous, fantastic spellcasters and their beam damage, which hits our allies too, which doesn't piss me off at all, no. Actually, quick question. With that, can you cast any magic? Yes, you can. I want you to call other beings. Good enough for me. Those will continue to join you in this attempt to reach the void, as the Elder Things, I believe, are also void resistant. At least, they should be void resistant, or I think I'm gonna scream, because if they're not, well, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, Shoo. Actually, I have a use for you. Because you're, like, strong enough to hold this off. We don't really need the deserted port for whatever reason, as it doesn't really do much for us, except we can just drop troops there occasionally. We'll be claiming the port next turn, and with that we'll end our current turn. Alright, take the Lion Tribe village, and then I'll eat up our entire turn of movement. Won't do anything else with that. Shoo, since you're here, and since we have no other casters that are really eligible, let us... Oh, I'm going to use a lesser ritual. Thank you. Unfortunately, that took your entire turn. Because I wanted you to try to summon another Star Child, but thank you for that. It's gonna eat up my entire turn anyway. You don't need those. The only reason I summon them is to defend this location, because guess what? We're going into the sea. Under the sea, with all these, like, mind-controlling people, which we're gonna take the Siren over. Probably. Now please, let's take on this township. That'll be mine before too long. It'll start auto-generating troops in the fall, and it will probably double back. I say probably. I don't know where they're actually coming from. I just saw them react to my presence. And I can't really claim anything up north. I mean, the Star Oaks are going to ensure that no one touches this with a 10-foot pole. And if they do, they'll just be eaten. And Vanones. It'll be a few turns still, but you will get your Ritual of Ascension soon enough. Anyway, a few more swordsmen. Nah, crossbowmen all the way. You can get some swordsmen, though. That's a lot of fire. Wow, demons are actually really dangerous. Who'da thunk it? Well, I say that, we're still killing them. I'm just really concerned about what's going on here. And why we're probably gonna burn to death because of that one lesser devil that's been just spam casting. What's he casting? Meteor? Excuse me? Devils know meteor. Devils know flames and combustion is fine, it's just they know meteor. I'm sorry, that just hurts. That hurts so much. Although that doesn't hurt nearly as much as what's going to happen to these people when they get eaten alive by our mere front line, while the people behind them are even stronger. Shu, I need you to attempt to... Not bad. Not bad. I actually clap my hands at that you're able to do that so quickly. Do it again. I mean, I don't know what I expected. You can return now. Zogthoth. I can't actually give you the Ritual of Mastery that you need in order to rank up. So I guess you'll sit there and wait until a time as is correct for you. What rituals do you know, though? Ceremony in the Deep. Seems standard amongst your kind. Utu. Ah, wait. I only went that way to get rid of them. I guess we'll head to the actual, like, end point of the land before jumping into the sea once more. Agatai. Let's loot the ancient temple. Oh, would you look at that? There's nothing here for me. We'll claim it. Hopefully we don't get, like, surprise destroyed. Hopefully. Anyone else? No one else can move. Naturally, some crossbowmen would be fine. I don't need any more real cultists, so we'll just end our turn. Dead. Alright, so we have this force going on. Let's go to max speed and see what happens. Oh, please tell me that, like, swallowing doesn't actually keep your chest wounds, because that's ridiculous if, like, this formless spawn is a permanent chest wound. Because that still makes no sense. Regardless, I think their front line's about to collapse. That is actually a fairly big issue that I'm noticing. We have such a high melee line that our back line can't reach. I mean, I understand these two are going to die because they're out in front. Okay, that one finally died. This one should also drop dead. Although, here's where the Shambler Prince gets to shine and murder some people, with his whopping 4 armor making him stupidly tanky, and the formless spawn have just been eating people left and right. And yep, they don't have a front line anymore, it's just the ranged line that's causing us this issue. Although, sadly, we are going to lose all our formless spawn from this. Although our backline's also kind of broken as a result of this as well. Because the death of the formless spawn just warps the entire army. But I will say this, they've done well. I have a very fine appreciation for the formless spawn right now, and their ability to just consume armies by running through them. Do you still have the meteor? Yes, yes, you still are casting meteor. Who's your friend casting? Mental overload, star showers, and words of the void. Wound fend amulet. Oh yes, because they technically died. Those are the ones that were eaten. Hey, Ogtai, are you about to die? No, actually, I think you're fine. Like, they'll... no, yes, actually, you'd be perfectly fine doing this. We'll assault them, they'll charge forward, our spellcaster's greater than theirs, we'll grab the coral ring, and we'll probably back off then, after killing off one of their bigger commanders. Narsi, on the other hand, let's take the Skull Cave. Oh, you can't move, can you? Not a humongous issue. Zakathok, I have no idea what I want to do with you. Utu, you are obviously getting closer and closer to the void. And there's an asp turtle, but I don't think that's going to be a humongous issue to you. Zakathok, you can wait. Shu, get back to your position. You have nothing better to do. Let us recruit once. Crossbowmen here, and crossbowmen here. So our front line goes off, their ranged line probably goes off. Thankfully our triple armor pretty much prevents them from killing us instantly. I say instantly, they're doing a very good job of it though. Yeah, I'm getting into the ranged mindset. I do need to recruit some melee troops more. Honestly, part of the reason why I'm being so quiet is that I just keep looking at it as like, do I need to really do this thing? Well, no, not really. And if I would just vocalize that a bit more, battles might be a little bit more interesting. But primarily for me, I'm just trying to decide, do I actually need this many crossbowmen? And I realize right now, no, I really don't. There's no reason for me to have this many crossbowmen running around in my armies, because they don't actually do that much if I don't have a front line at all. I just need a halfway decent balance. Dead. Thank you. And Ogtai the Basalt King gets his coral ring. Claim the Skull Cave. What's the Skull Cave worth? I don't even know. We'll claim the Lion Tribe village in a moment, because I think we're going to be able to overrun them. Zokthok. Boom. Ritual of Mastery with the ability to contact old ones. And I need to see what the contacting of old ones will actually do. Although I think Shu has... Okay. I didn't want you to do that, but alright. You have Deep Rising, but contact old ones is something completely different. Utu, into the sea you go. And there's really not much else for you to do. I mean, I could Ritual of Mastery you, but there's no point. Ogtai, you can retreat, because I don't think you're actually strong enough to handle whatever the Demon Prince, I mean, Demonologist, actually has. There's no reason to recruit anything right now. I can save up my gold for a bit. Good enough for me. Alright. we'll try and take the Lion Tribe village. It'll eat up all our actions for a while, but we can try. Head back to base. You have a purpose, and that purpose will be divulged next turn. Well, your purpose is to summon, or at least attempt to summon the old ones. But you need you definitely need an army to try that. And Shu can just sit there and wait. I don't even know why I was concerned. There was literally no reason to be concerned there. We've just overran them completely. Now, can we get into the void, please? Or is that still gonna be like 2 turns? About how far away was it from that side? 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 spaces. We went out 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm guessing next turn we will at least see the void, which is all that I'm concerned with. Ogtai, get down there. Narsi can't do anything. Zonk thonk. Take whatever front line that we've actually developed. Take the entirety of the, archers. We'll recruit a batch of swordsmen more in the deserted port. You take those as well. And next turn you're going to try something dangerous. In fact, I'm fairly certain it's not going to be enough, but we're going to try it at least. And you can just wait, because actually, no, in all honesty, Shu, you want to be there. Just make sure we don't die. I recruit Falco the captain to watch, but there's no reason to do so. Nothing's going to really take a fortress that quickly. I think I also understand why they did the fortress system now. At least, with all my complaints about independence and otherwise, the removal of, the addition of the fortress sections makes it so independents can't as easily claim a location unless they actively try. Anyway, contact Old Ones. The Old Ones are ancient and powerful beings that live in the depths or maybe even in the void. Trying to contact them is a risky proposition. It's safest to do so with a large army nearby because it's nearly impossible to read the stars accurately enough to predict when the time for this summoning will be perfect. Ho! Ho ho! Starspawn! Snirth Ko, the Starspawn. Astronomers occasionally report how large stones from the stars descend upon us, causing harm, destruction, and ill omens. These celestial purgings are highly sought after, however, because they are rumored to be a strong magical conduit. In rare cases, these stones appear to have been hollowed out, containing the remains of a strange creature that seems to have died upon impact. The tentacled creature looks like nothing else in the realm, but ancient texts talk about envoys from the stars serving a mad god from the void. However, this mode of traveling seems to indicate that they have been exiled rather than summoned. Though not have been encountered alive, it has been speculated that should a starstone descend into the sea, the impact would be less grave, allowing for the odd creature to survive. This would also explain the strange altars with crude images of tentacled humanoids found in the caves of the Deep Ones. Void Magic Level 2. Mind Blast? With a 10 number range. High damage, very high initiative. Life Drain is natural. Reading the Stars, which grants luck. Starlight, which is just a passive damage spell. Star Shower, which does a lot of damage. And Foresight, which gives luck to a lot of people. But my question is, what are your rituals? You are the one that could summon horrors. So you have Send Lesser Horror. This ritual opens a small rift between the Void and Elysium, just long enough for one or more horrors to come through. Distances in the Void work in strange ways, and the rift can be made to appear on the other side of the world as easily as next to the caster. However, getting it to appear at exactly the right spot is difficult, and some deviations are likely. This ritual is easier to perform in locations of power that are tied to the Void. Can be cast anywhere, costs 50% less if cast in a floating cube. Well, I mean, welcome to the show. I want you to cast that ritual here. No other reason than we have some horrors running about. They're not under my command anyway, nor do I think I could attempt to control them. And having this guy run around taking locations for me might be great. That worked. You two can return for now. It will be approximately 3 turns before sending you back out again. The Void just does not want to be near me. Ogtai, march back. But nothing else to do, we shall end our turn and wait. And we'll actually recruit some frontline men, like I should be doing, in these nearby locations. Narcy, you can move about again freely. The Soltorns are doing their job of taking over these locations from the demonologists that I can't physically reach. Actually, Zokthak, I think I'll just leave you and Shu there, as you'll both be attempting summonings of the deep. And the Void. Yes! I could attempt one final Elder Being summoning, but I don't feel like attempting that's a good idea. Ogtai, come back and defend this farm. I need to take out these ghouls before they cause any trouble. Sneela Ko. Because I have the ability to do so quite easily, let's just send lesser horrors right on this location. Voidhound. Lean and athirst. Voidhounds are pale gaunt hounds with bluish tongues that feed on suffering and fear. They evolved in a time that flows orthogonally to our time and therefore manifest through angles and corners, hunting those who have been touched by the beyond. The hounds manifest in corners, where time is susceptible to change. The hound appears to teleport, but this is only due to time flowing in another direction. It is said that gibbering lunatics speak of a city without corners, somewhere deep in the void where the hounds are bred for a scourge to come. Disease aura causes fear, combat caster, ethereal, and sleep immunity, and they have the ability of life drain. Well, if you don't mind me, I would actually really like to, have a hound of the void. Oh, that better not attack my casters. I think I'm gonna scream. Anyway, nothing else to do? Yeah, end turn. Hello. Hello. Well, you're actually a reasonable one to attack. Tiara's the cultist. Demonologists do not recruit their apprentices from among the students of the academy. Instead, they find them amongst novices at the temples. There are two reasons for this. First, novices tend to be more careful and therefore more suited to the task. Second, most apprentices die early, and recruiting them from a temple is much easier and prevents the many deaths from upsetting the other orders of magic. Fair enough. Good enough for me. Hopefully they don't decide to check down south where I originally came from. I don't think I could touch them just yet. Not just yet. And it'll be one more turn before we can try that. To the void with thee. And you should be immune to void madness. Yes, and you have Club of the Ogre King, meaning you should not die. Yithians, everyone here should be fine. Time to explore the void. Forest of Cubes, an Ether Lord, and multiple other Ether Warriors. Ogtai, march back. You can't do anything just yet. We're gonna need some really ancient beings. However, one thing I can do to annoy them is Spine Membrane Horror. Hopefully that wasn't actually summoned into the void, because I might have an issue with that. Nasi. I don't know what to do with you, and you two can wait. Dead. No big surprise. And you just retreat, which is good enough for me, as long as you don't bother me. I think the Voidhound and otherwise are doing quite well enough in destroying what infrastructure they have right there. Just march through. March through, claim something. Zokthok. You know what time it is. Contact the old ones. Hello. Afumza. Slow. Blunt-resistant amphibian and swamp move. Yithians are strange beings from a distant past. They once emerged to wage war on the Elder Things, but have since retracted to the comfort of the void. Yithians were powerful mages of the astral spheres and the mind. According to old scripture and temple hieroglyphs, they used their powers of precognition to foresee their own fall. Yada yada yada. So, reading the stars, mental overload, soul slay, astrology level 2, giving them really powerful... Wait. Are you literally just a combat person? That doesn't make sense. Well, I guess, I'm not gonna keep the Yithians here, because Yithians aren't actually that good and will murder people. But since you're under my command, I might as well send you off to the void alongside everyone else. Well, good job in summoning a Yithian sage. That's kind of what I expected of you. How strong are the Ether Lords? Ooh, void magic. No. Just explore, please. Explore the void for me, and you should not be going insane. Yes, you shouldn't be. Alright, Octai, what do you have? You have nothing, because they actually aren't interested in trying to kill us just yet. And we're actually getting to a point very, very much similar to, like, the last Federation, where I was just kind of stuck building up power for several episodes in an attempt to take them on while just messing around with a few other things. As such, I think after this episode I'm going to have another little break while I advance the plotline to a point where I can actually attack them. Then again, I'm also exploring the void, and I think some people would like to stick around to see that. So I'll do one last batch of recruitment. Swordsmen for everyone! All avail! I really want to see one of those floating cubes, because they interest me so. You can sit there. Void, horrors. There's nothing here for us, is there? Neat. Does it actually get a power-up in the Void? No, in Void gateways. I mean, it's nice to know that he's there. It's a Harlequin. Crueler beings than humans enjoy a good laugh. Demon gestures, or harlequins, are lowly devils forced to entertain the infernal lords. Entertainment includes chopping off limbs, the occasional poke in the eye, as well as protracted torture. Thus many harlequins are seriously crippled, and most are quite happy to leave the inferno. They appear as distorted hunchbacks with flapping wings. Their heads are huge and have protruding noses and chins. Demon gestures are more appalling than frightening to behold. Wow. They must have not a lot of faith that we can't just take it back. Anyway. Snureth Co. You're not moving. I guess I might as well save up for like a Ritual of Grand Mastery at some point. And Mind Slime Horrors. Good enough for me. Horrors are astral beings that feed on emotions and suffering, lamentation, and fear. They have strangely distorted perceptions, and their motives cannot be comprehended by sane people. Horrors are often attracted to magic, and special care should be taken when performing rituals close to the void, where the horrors thrive. Good enough. Yeah, we'll just sit there and do nothing. Yes. With us, we'll end the turn one more time, take a look and see how the horrors do. I didn't have very high hopes. I really didn't have high hopes. Yeah, these things are dead. Alright, let them die. I thought my magic phases were awful. Alright, with that, I think we'll end the episode here. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play Conquest of Elysium 4, and I am signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe, for it helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Farewell.